A study published in the science journal Nature today says that 21%, so over a fifth, of all reptile species face extinction. Over 900 scientists from all over the world have spent the past 15 years cataloguing reptiles according to the criteria for the International Red List of Endangered Species. So the creatures are at risk from a variety of factors. It could be loss of habitat, the threat of invasive species, the logging industry and the destruction of the rainforest, and urban development. Well, Bruce Young is from the conservation charity NatureServe and is one of the report's authors. Joins me today from San Jose in Costa Rica. What a lovely place to be. Thank you for joining us. So, what reptiles are we talking about here that are at risk?
Well, we found that over 1,800 species of reptiles are at risk. You can find threatened reptiles around the world.
Yes, could you give us an idea of what are we talking about here? Snakes, turtles, geckos?
Absolutely, yeah. All of the above. So reptiles include snakes, lizards, legless lizards called amphisbaenids, turtles, crocodiles. All of those make up the group of reptiles. So in the world, there's over 10,000 species. We assessed every single one, and unfortunately found out that such a large number of species are threatened.
Were you surprised by the findings?
Overall, not too surprised. We knew that reptiles were probably threatened. We didn't know exactly how much. The main thing that came out that was of great interest to us is that sort of the same kinds of things that threaten reptiles also threaten other species, birds, mammals, amphibians. So you don't need rocket science to figure out how to protect reptiles. It's the same things we know we can do. We have those solutions. We just have to go about and actually implement them.
We're taking a look at Darlington lizard now. I do quite like lizards, I have to say. I think some reptiles perhaps get bad PR, Bruce. I don't know whether you would agree with me on that. Would you want to talk us through some examples of those that are at risk?
Sure. Well, so this Darlington's anole is an example. This is a critically endangered species of anole. This one's endemic to the Massif de la Haute in Haiti. We know that there's been an environmental disaster in Haiti with destruction of habitats there. It turns out Haiti has an incredible diversity of reptiles and amphibians. And this is an interesting species. It's restricted to forest. It's very rare. There's not very many forest patches left. And it's highly threatened.
And what other one would you like to draw attention to?
So there, we have, I guess, 3 lined up from Haiti. So the next one would be Castellan anole. So again, lives in a very similar place, spectacular animals here. This one's slightly more commonly found, but it's still endangered. And it occurs in those same forests as the previous species. All of these species in these forests are threatened by destruction of the forest, and there it's mostly for wood harvesting, for fuel, for people's stoves, to make charcoal as well for the same reason. Mm-hmm. Also, the spread of agriculture. I think there's another one, La Haute Bush anole. If you're queuing that one up,
yeah.
Yeah, no, you love these. So again, similar kinds of threats. This one's a little bit more common, but still requires forest edges. So it needs some habitat remaining for
Bruce, we're going to leave some of those pictures there for our viewers so that they know exactly the little guys that we're talking about. But let's see if, in fact, some of this research, and as people read the findings, whether it will make a difference, perhaps, and have some political will to make some changes.